Hello, I'm Dr. Afsal and I'm going to talk about the process of writing. Before that, let's see the topics we discussed so far. We have discussed the topics like definition and features of academic writing. In it's about its formalities, on the importance of being formal, objective, and technical. And also, we discussed differences between academic and non-academic writing, as well as academic and non-academic materials. Also, we discussed plagiarism and honor code, the ethics of academic writing. We discussed genres also in the forms of essays, research papers, proposals, case study, review of literature, and thesis that we discussed, and various styles in academic writing, MLA, APA, and Chicago Manual, and on the importance of following a style, a typical style in academic writing, that also we discussed. And the other today's discussion, and we are going to see today, we will see the process of writing, the unit process of writing in the text writing for academic and professional success. So, under this unit, or in this unit, we are going to see the topics like the process of writing, purpose and audience analysis, which voice to choose in academic writing, thesis statement and supporting evidence, and writing paragraphs. Even though we have got a glimpse over some of the topics here, we will detail in this lecture, or under this unit we will discuss in detail. Okay, so in this lecture I'm going to deal with the process of writing, the phases in the process of writing. There are three phases in the process of writing: pre-writing, writing, and revising. And that's the topic we are going to deal in this lecture. And purpose and audience analysis and other topics, following topics, we will discuss in the coming lectures. Okay. So let's begin the process of writing with the major three steps or phases involved in the writing activity. There are mainly three steps involved in it, that is, or that are pre-writing, writing, and revising. Of course, the three phases you have to remember: pre-writing, writing, and revising. Okay, and let's see pre-writing. Basically, pre-writing activities are more important. Every step, every equally important. Three phases are equally important. Without any one of these, your paper won't be complete, or it will never see publication. So each one is important, but here you have to do lot many activities in the sense. That's what I mean. You have to give more importance to pre-writing activities. Equally important, but in the process of writing, you have to focus. To start with, you have to focus on certain activities. Lot many activities you have to work out before you sit to write or sit to type in front of your computer. You have to find out an area and a topic you are going to work. An area you should find first. You have to narrow down that area or your topic from your area of study. You have to narrow down. Okay, for example, cultural diversities in Kerala. That's the topic. If you are going to take up that topic, that's very broad, of course, and which you will not be able to finish with your lifelong studies. So you have to narrow it down to focus on a specific topic or specific minor area. For example, the cultural diversities of the tribals in Nilambur. The cultural diversities of the tribal people in Nilambur. Then from cultural diversities in Kerala, that's a very big canvas, and you are taking a small piece out of that. And it's enough for you to do an article, to do even PhDs, okay, because cultural diversities of the tribal people in Nilambur, that's of course a very sizable, apt area for a PhD, two PhDs like that. So now you can write a thesis in your subject. Okay, so this is the topic, or this is the area, cultural diversities of the tribal people in Nilambur. So in that case, you can produce easily one thesis. Okay, So you have to decide what you are going to do. And when you decide on topics, you have to make sure that it's not too broad a topic, neither too narrow an area. Your area or your topic, your area to be specific, your area should not be, your area of your research, okay, what you are going to do, that should not be too broad. Then you will not be able to finish, and that should not be too narrow also. For example, if you are going for a narrower topic or a narrower area of study, what will happen if you are trying to write a PhD thesis on the workings of dialectics in Cholanaikal's belief system? Okay, you just it's not a pedantic topic. I haven't worked upon this, but I'm just giving an example. If you are trying to do a PhD thesis on the workings of dialectics in Chola Naikan's belief system, of course, there won't be much dialectical aspects in the Chola Naikan's belief system. Maybe there, okay, but you will not be able to finish a PhD in it. Or that topic, you can do an article or an essay. That's all. Maybe you will not be able to finish one thesis. So that's the importance of narrowing down. Narrowing down is an art also. Okay, first it's like zooming in. It's like a reverted pyramid. Okay, from broad to specific. That too not too specific. Okay, so you will not be able to find materials for such topics, so you will not be able to finish if you are going for too narrow, too specific a topic. Okay, so this is what the first thing you have to do. What I mean, okay, first you have to find out an area of a study. From broad to narrow, you have to move. Okay, neither too broad nor too specific. Your topic or your area should not be too broad and too specific. Okay, then you will not be able to work out. So now you have decided your area. Now what you have to do is to find out a topic. Okay, now you have got an area. Okay, and now you can do one topic. Topic should not be a sentence. Okay, a thesis topic or an article topic, that should not be a sentence. If your teacher or guide gives you a question, you change that question into a topic, in the form of a topic. For example, if your guide gives you this question: what are the cultural aspects of Cholan icons in Kerala? What are the cultural aspects of Cholan icons in Kerala? That's a question, right? Then you may revise that question into the cultural aspects of Cholan icons in Kerala. The cultural aspects of Cholan icons in Kerala. So converting your ideas into a topic, incorporating all the words of variables in the topic is really an art. Okay, if you are getting a question and you have to make a topic, that too you have to incorporate to all the major words that are going to be the center point of discussion. Okay, that are going to be the center points of a discussion in your thesis. That's an art, of course. Okay, for example, if you are taking up Cholan icons, this question, okay, and teacher gives you what are the question, what are the cultural aspects of Cholan icons in Kerala, then of course what will you do? You will start collecting, of course, your area you found out, and you have a topic now in which in your topic you have to incorporate it's about cultural aspects, right? Of course, there would be many subtopics like what we call religion, it's a cultural. Of course, or family setup, it's a cultural, and festivals, it's a cultural. So you have to incorporate these three words into your topic, possibly. Okay, not necessarily, possibly. So it's converting a question into a topic. That's of course an art. Okay, that's what I mean. And at times that's the most difficult part too. Okay, it's not an easy part, that's a difficult part too. Okay, to convert a question into a topic. So you have decided your area, you find out your topic, and after deciding on your area, you have to start collecting materials. Okay, your topic also, now you got topic, and then you have to collect materials, information from authoritative sources. Okay, and when you start to collect information, simultaneously you categorize the collection of information and create a folder for each category of information. It's a very easy method to work out your thesis or your argument. You may have, I'll tell you, when you collect data, when you collect information, you categorize and keep information in folders, separate folders. For example, when you collect data on Chola Naikan's culture, you will have information related to, as I have told you, religion, their family system, and their festivals, etc. Right? So you can make a folder for each category, one for religion, and another for family system, and another for their festivals. And whatever information idea you get related to each of these topics, try to put those information in respective folders. Got it? For example, if it's religion, you put it in. If you can take that idea or information under religion, then you can bring that under religion. You put that into your religion folder that's titled religion. So it will be easy for you to start writing without taking much pain of sorting the information you collected. Basically, sorting the information, chapterization or paragraphing, okay, I should say paragraphing, that's very difficult. Okay, what idea should come first, which I should make a topic, that's going to be very difficult part when it comes to research writing. So this is a pretty easy method. You make a folder, okay, make each folder for each category. That category we can call in research terminology variables. Okay, that's called variable. For example, religion, that's a variable, and family system, that's a variable, and likewise you can make as many variables as possible, but you have to put a limit, make a limit for your variables, because you cannot drag your argument and dilute your thesis. So it should be very consolidated, and thereby it will be readable, right? Argumentative also. So now each folder is now a variable, as I have told you, and these variables are going to constitute chapters in your thesis. These variables will constitute the chapters in your thesis or paragraphs in your arguments or essay. Okay, if you are going to write an essay, instead of engaging in long process of data collection, you can use the brainstorm technique, okay, for creating ideas or generating ideas and points. Okay, for example, you can involve in group discussion, and you just give them a topic, and they will talk about they will talk about the different aspects of that topic, and thereby you can collect ideas. Okay, the brainstorm technique, that's very good. If you are at the time of data collection, okay. And so now you have a topic also, and now you have narrowed down your thesis argument, and you have reached at a point. The next step is phrasing out the thesis statement, and you have to find out, or you have to phrase out thesis statement. As I told you in the previous lecture, what's a thesis statement? I told you already. A thesis statement is the answer to the question. Okay, answer to this question. What is that question? What am I going to do in this thesis or article or essay? That's if you are giving an answer to that, that's your thesis statement. What I am going to do in this thesis or article or essay, and how I am going to do also is important. The method. Okay. Then you can phrase a thesis statement like this. Okay, you can phrase or you can frame a thesis statement like this. It will be what the answer to the question. Okay, what am I going to do in this thesis or article? Then the answer will be this. Okay, that's going to be a thesis statement also. This essay, titled "The Cultural Aspects of Chola Naikans in Kerala," is an attempt to study the cultural aspects of Chola Naikans in Kerala with reference to their family system, religious beliefs, and festivals. So this is your topic. I mean thesis statement. Okay. So this is the method of stating your thesis statement or argument. What am I going to do and what method I am going to adopt. That also is you can include that also. Okay, and your thesis statement should appear in the introductory paragraph itself. If it is an essay, in the introductory paragraph, or if it is a thesis, your thesis statement should be made clear in the introductory chapter, somewhere in the introductory chapter. Okay, so this is thesis statement. Thesis statement we will discuss in detail later, because that's another topic we are going to take up under this unit, or in this unit. Okay, so now you have narrowed down, you have got a topic, and you adopted methods like brainstorming, and you have reached, you collected data, and you categorized the data into different variables. And now another important step you have to take up in your hand is this. All the data you collected should be logically coordinated, logically ordered. Okay, because first thing should be stated first. First should come first on the importance, according to the importance, because you will have an idea which should I state first. Then only it will have a flow. Otherwise, it will break the flow of reading as well as argument. So it should be logically coordinated. Okay, for example, maybe let's take up this topic itself, Cholanaikan's case. Okay, family setup came prior to religion or festival, right? According to historical movement, maybe family came first prior to religion or festival. Then family system is going to be your first core chapter. First core chapter after introductory chapter. First you will have introductory chapter, then your first chapter, core chapter, will be what we call family setup or family system of Cholanaikans. Or if it's an essay, the first point you should discuss is the family system of Cholanaikans. Okay, so there should be an order and a logical coordination. That's what I want to convey. So these are the activities you have to conduct as a pre-writing task. So these are the activities of conducting your pre-writing task. Okay. So first you have to find out an area which you are interested. Your interest is very much important, and your knowledge also is very much important. Okay, where both mix up, or where these interest and what we call your knowledge meet together, you have to make that's going to be your area of study. Then narrow down your area, focus on your topic, and find out variables, categorize variables, and start collecting data, and logically coordinate them. So this is what you are going to do in the pre-writing task. And along with that, when you collect data, you should write down all the materials, all the information related to the data you are collecting. For example, if you get a data from an idea from a book, you should keep the details of that book, the author's name, publication year, publication, who published that, and which city, and as well whether it is in print or web, or some other means, other media, multimedia. So you have to note down all these things, because you are going to give a bibliography towards the end of your work. Okay, that will help you. Otherwise, after writing, you'll have to go in search of the details of the text from which you took data, from which you collected information. So that's very much important. Whenever you find any material from any book or something, you just jot down, collect that bibliography of that work. Okay, so these are the process and the pre-writing tasks. Now let's see the writing task. Okay, now let's see the second stage or second phase in the process of writing, that is the act of writing. The act of writing. So first let's start with the introduction. Now you are going to write, you are going to type, and what's my suggestion is you should not write and submit. Instead, you should type in print and submit. You print it out and submit your in the sense you should type them instead of writing. As you have you're grown-ups, stop writing and submitting. Okay, manuscript you should not submit. You should type and you should submit. That will be easy for your guide also. So starting, we are going to talk about writing, the activity of writing. So of course we will start with the introduction, right? And in most cases, when it comes to research thesis, okay, people start or begin with the core chapters. Introduction later only they write, because introduction we have to incorporate lot many ideas from the experiences of having written the core chapters. So introduction, usually research scholars, especially for PhD and all, they write introduction later, pretty later after the completion of 3 chapters, core chapters mostly. Okay, but the tradition is this. Let's start with the introduction. Okay, logically, let's start with the introduction. Now we have the thesis statement in your in our hand, right? Because thesis statement, that's what we are going to circle around or make our argument bone of contention. So now we have a thesis statement in our hand. Give a background to your thesis statement in the introductory paragraph or chapter. Then make your thesis statement. Use appropriate academic words, structures. That's very much important. Writing is very difficult a process, because we'll discuss. Okay, language should be formal. That we have already discussed. It should be formal. You should not be you should not use casual words or informal words. You have to use only technical words. Okay, or not only technical words, you have to incorporate in your arguments or texts. That's very much important. And the transition words also. While moving to another paragraph or discussion, you have to use good apt transition words of transition. Okay, the draft introductory paragraph and draft body paragraphs, don't forget to make use of transition words while moving to another paragraph to keep the flow of discussion, as I have told you. I used draft in the sense write, or what we call you prepare, or your write up. Okay, it's not an easy task. I can use that very big task by the simple word draft, but that's not an easy task. You have to work upon. You have to write in the sense you have to be very accurate. You should not make any sweeping comments, and your language should be in line with the academic expectations. Okay, so this is of course bit difficult, because to start writing is very difficult. That we will discuss. And for many, from my experience, it's very difficult to get a start in writing, because writing maybe that's very difficult. Okay, to get to start to write, that's very difficult. To start to write is very difficult, especially in academic writing. Okay, kind of a block will be there. Okay, there will be a kind of a block. There is only one way to start to write. So to overcome that block, there is only one way. What is that? You have to start to write to start to write. You have to start to write to start to write. Never care about the correctness of what you write in the beginning. If you are finding it, and with some people it's very easy also to get a start. There is no problem. Very seasoned writers are there, but debutantes, or what we call beginners, as far as beginners in research area, it will be very difficult for them to get a start, because they have collected data, they are peppered with lot many ideas, where to start, with which point with I should start. There will be lot many confusion, and whether the first sentence is right, and we will start writing, rewriting also, and we will never progress. Some people will never progress. So what you have to do is you should not care for the correctness of what you write. Just give a start, and then it will happen to you as your second nature. This is the best idea. You just start writing. Okay, that's the only way to begin your writing. So that's the second part, writing. Second phase, writing. Okay. And because, yeah, as I have told you, never care about the correctness, in the sense correction we have in our third stage. We have in our third stage, that's revising. Okay, so you don't have to worry about correctness, whether it's grammatically correct, but you should try to make it most correct. But later also, if you are having the problem of what we call that writer's block kind, okay, if there is a block, you need not to care about your correctness. Okay, later only you can come and revise. Okay, otherwise with the seasoned writers you should be absolutely correct. Okay, and start writing. So this is the third stage I mean. Okay, you should read the essay or article thoroughly for correction. This is the third phase, revising. For example, you will have while typing you will have typos. Okay, for example, realization, you may have some misspelling. Okay, spelling is very much important. Okay, the typing mistakes also, grammar errors, punctuational errors. There should be such problems. So you may also check whether the write-up has a consistency, whether the argument has a consistency, because you started with Cholanaikans and thereby if you are talking, if you and slowly you moved to some other tribals lifestyle, and then there won't be any kind of consistency. You will be all over the place, right? So you have to limit yourselves into that framework of your research. Then only you will have this consistency. And it happens with very much knowledgeable persons. They begin with one topic and slowly they digress. For example, we might have seen in lectures. Okay, maybe we digress. Okay, there should be a logical coordination in your arguments, and that logical coordination you should make very what we call, you should be very much aware about that logical coordination. Very knowingly you should prepare that. Okay, in case a paragraph is too longer compared to others, it will feel like disproportionate. So logical coordination, that size also, that's the beauty also we should take care. One paragraph is about one page and another one is just 4 lines. It will be disproportionate. So you should arrange in such a manner. That's very much important. So arrange your arguments in such a way that all paragraphs or chapters are almost of a similar size. For example, one thesis, one chapter, introductory chapter, 10 pages. Okay, core chapter 1, 55 pages. Core chapter 2nd, 18 pages. And core chapter 3rd, 30 pages. So there is first one is a bigger one. Okay, that there is a disproportion. It means that your variable has got some problem. That we will discuss how it happens in research. Okay, so in exceptional cases you can use you can go for longer paragraphs also, because if your argument is longer, lengthy, or which consumes more space, you don't have to be economical. Okay, maximum use economical words, economical paragraphs, because you need not beat around the bush. Okay, so this is the processes of writing. The topic, as I've told you, first one, as I have told you, the 3 phases. There are the activities involved in the act of producing an essay or thesis. That are, first phase is pre-writing, second one is writing, and third one is what we call revising. Okay, and when it comes to revising, you should not, better you avoid revising your own thesis, your own write-ups, because you will not be able to find out the words that are typed, because that's typed by you or written by you, and you will not find out mistakes in typos. That's a nature. Our brain will automatically read. For example, become, that's a word. Okay, BECOME. If you write BCEMOE, likewise, if you write also, your brain will get habituated to that, and your brain will read become. Okay, because you have been writing that same thing for a longer period, so you will not be able to correct your own thesis. Better you give it to someone else for revising. Okay, and you will not be able to find out, because it's a hectic task. That writing is not at all an easy task. So after that task, your brain will be in a pulverized condition rather. So better you give it to your friend. Okay, and let them revise it for you. That too, who is junior to you, that will be better. Who is a senior to you, he will also have the same problem that you face, because he has seen much research papers. And what will happen, he will not be so much but okay, no problem. But juniors, they will be very very correct, they will be very sincere. Okay, so better you give your articles to read, I mean for correction, spelling mistakes and all, to your juniors only. Okay, that will be better. And for ideas and all, for your seniors, your guide and all. So, as I have told you, in this lecture, we discussed the 3 steps involved in the process of writing an essay or article. The same steps are followed in thesis writing also. Okay, whatever we have discussed here, that's applicable for thesis writing also. Okay, so this is the 3 phases of writing. In the next lecture, we will see thesis statement in detail. Okay, now in the next lecture, we will see thesis statement. Thank you.